Okay, guys, welcome back. So I'm going to fit the a clutch cover to the bike or to the engine now. I've got a choice of two. This one here is from the stock ZRX 1200 engine. The ZRX 1200s have a bronze coloured clutch cover and a pulsar cover. They've also got a bronze coloured cam cover and sprocket cover as well. But the 1100s don't. The 1100 one, ZRX 1100 ones aren't bronze. This bronze colour, they're black. And, you know, they're beautiful cover as well. Beside it here is the ZZR 1200 clutch cover and pulsar cover. It'll fit the ZRX perfectly, and I'm veering towards using this one here, fitting it, and it's nice and flat. You can notice the difference between the height of the pulsar cover of the ZRX and the ZZR. Both fit perfectly. And the other thing that immediately you'll notice is the sight glass here. It's quite a bit smaller than the ZZR 1200 one, which is quite a bit bigger and a bit higher up. So whenever it comes to you know, filling the oil, you got to be careful that you don't overfill it. The reason being is because the ZZR was is a bike with an oil cooler, so it holds a bigger oil capacity than ZRX, which doesn't have an oil cooler. But anyway, so I think I will be fitting the they're both nice, but I think I will choose the ZZR one. I'll just show you quickly on the inside. ZRX one and the ZZR one. Now they're both exactly the same, but you'll notice on the inside of this one here, there is this damper plate. There's a rubber damper behind that and a metal damper plate. And some people remove that. You know, they are in both clutch covers, but this is the original, the one from the ZRX 1200, and I took the damper plate out of it and the little oil pipe out of it and put them into the ZZR. But some people actually do away with that part of it there altogether, and say it's just really dead weight that doesn't really serve any purpose. And I mean, they might well have a point, but I fitted it in there anyway. But whether you fit it in or not is a personal choice. But what you do have to fit is the little this little oil pipe. You'll notice there's a tiny wee hole in it there, which allows the oil to get right up to the top where the alternator chain and all is up there, you know, and brings the oil right up into the up to the top part of the clutch cover in that area. So if you were to fit this one, you'd have to remove. If you didn't want to put the damper plate or anything in, you still have to fit the oil, the wee oil pipe in it. But anyway, so that's the, you know, the choice between the two of them. And yeah, either one is perfect for the bike. I'll just show you inside the pulsar covers. You'll see the ZRX pulsar cover has provision for, must be a damper or something, but there was never, it never was present in this cover, and it doesn't show up on the manual, it doesn't show up on any of the parts diagrams or anything. So although they have, you know, provision for fitting something, it never materialized. That's the inside of the ZZR one. But anyway, that's the choice. So either would be lovely, but I think for my purposes, for my bike, I'll put the ZZR 1200 one. Okay, guys. All right, so we've got a few parts to fit, as you can see here. I've opted for the ZZR 1200 clutch cover. It's in absolutely immaculate condition. You know, I bought that for this engine a while back, and you know, it's as new. You know, so rather than put the stock ZRX one bronzy colored one back on, I just thought I would put that on. Well, the transmission cover here, as you can see, I have refurbished it, repainted it, cleaned it all up. There's the case guard for it. Now, I have new seals for it here to go in. There, and there. They have to go in, so I'll be putting them in a wee minute or two. This is the neutral switch here, and a new gasket or back-end washer for it. But there's that. As I say, that's the case guard. There's a new that's the sprocket. I have a wrench, or sorry, sprocket nut. I've a 17 tooth Renthal ultralight front sprocket to go on. I want to put that on. New tab washer. I'll obviously not be able to torque up the nut or anything, you know, because engine's not in the bike and the chain's not on or anything like that, you know, but at least I'll be able to get that mounted on. I have a more wacky oil filler cap to go on there. Titanium bolts for the flange head bolts for the clutch cover. These are the bolts plus the dowels for the transmission cover. Again, they're titanium. New clutch gasket, new transmission cover gasket, and as I say, so I just want to get this here all on and buttoned up today, and then I can proceed on with something else mechanical with this engine. And just so stay with me here while I get stuck into this. Okay, so as you can see here, I have retained the stock damper plate and rubber damper behind it. Like I was saying in one of the other videos, you know, you can take this here, right, because there's a school of thought, and it does hold water like a lot, that it's just really dead weight. You know, it's not really doing anything of any significance. It's supposed to cut down on the noise coming from the clutch, etc. But you know, I mean, if you've got a loud exhaust pipe like on my 05, I've got a Kirker, and on the 01, I've got a Black Widow. You know, I mean, you're not going to really hear much noise coming from the clutch. But look, I've just decided to keep it in anyway. And also, like I was saying in the other video, this oil pipe here is a must. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is clean off the old residue from the previous gasket. So you know, I've got this little gasket scraper here, and I can, you know, you just carefully do that. You know, you're not digging into it or anything like that. You know, I mean, that goes without saying. You know, you're just very gently removing all of that old residue that's there, and then it'll be cleaned up with brake cleaner and all the wee bits and bobs all sort of blown out with the airline, and make sure it's all scrupulously clean before I fit the gasket. All right, okay. So there's two little areas there that require some silicone sealant on before you put the gasket on, and that is just there where the two case halves meet at that join there and there. You can see that on the in the manual. See just there, like I was saying, and there. Just a wee drop of silicone on there. Them two spots. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same stuff as I used for joining the case halves together. This 311207 B. I'll just put a wee bit on there. Just, I mean, you're not going mad with it. You know, you're just a drop on there, just at that position, and over there too. That's it. Just in those two areas. All right. Okay, let's do this. I've just put the gasket on. Now the silicone that's on either end there holds that perfectly in place. So now, because there's no dowels or anything in this clutch cover, so it's just really a matter of offering this up to it carefully, and into position. And like as I say, there's a few of these bolts here are have to have a blue thread lock on them, and it's those ones at the front. I'll show you in a second after I get one or two of these in, just to sort of hold this. That's it. As soon as I get these couple in here, I'll point those others out to you. Right. I like to use one of these ratchet screwdrivers with these wee bits, these wee bits that you can buy, and a series of them. That's an 8mm one, but that with a ratchet screwdriver is an awful lot handier than trying to mess about with sockets and all the rest of it. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying there, that and that, those ones there have to have a blue thread lock on, and so we'll do those separately. Yeah, okay. There's those 4 bolts there I'm talking about. You can see them there, and there, and there's a Loctite on them, and they're only really torqued to 9.8 Newton meters. So let's get them fitted. Okay, so here's the 4 wee bolts here at the front. Some blue Loctite on them, like that. That one. Let's see. That one. That one. and that one. Okay, and then the rest, the other two, are just these long ones. One there and one there. And I'll just tighten them all up. Just nip them all up and then tighten it, torque them to 9.8 Newton meters. Okay. Okay, so just let's torque these here to 9.8 Newton meters. Just like that. Yeah, sort of do them in a crisscross fashion. You know, there's no, it's not really critical like you know, you were doing a cylinder head or anything, you know, but still, yeah, you know, you just want to sort of get them all done. I think that's them all. Oh, one down there. Right, and then I just put this Morawaki cap on here, fuel cap on here, just to keep any dirt from falling in. Alright, that's that side done. That's that closed up. Okay, so next thing is let's get this transmission cover done. As I say, there's new seals to go into it, and I have refurbished it. It was a bit, well, it was fine, you know, but I mean, I just wanted to freshen it up a bit, and I may as well just put brand new seals in it while I'm here, because that's where your shift shaft goes through. That's where your push rod for your clutch goes through, and this is where your main output shaft spacer collar comes through, and then your sprocket goes on there. So I think we'll get those old seals out and get these new ones in. Okay, so here's the old seals out. As you can see, you know, that's been in there a while, like, but a blinking mess, you know. But anyway, glad to get them out, and I'll get the new ones in now. So I made this wee bearing press, had it for a while, for putting in the big you know, the big central one there for the output shaft collar seal, and that one there just pushes straight in. I'll put this one here in and this one here in a wee second. Okay, so that's that one pressed in. I will remove that little bolt type press, and let's get this fitted. So the other thing is here we've got is this is the neutral switch. You can see that little ball there, that wee brass ball there on the end of it. It presses in, and you need a gasket for it here. Now it's to be tightened up to 15 Newton meters, and it goes in there. I'll just show you the position on after I tighten this here up on the shift drum as to where that locates and how you read when you're in neutral. Okay, so like I was saying, there's that locates in like that, and that is just tightened up to 14 Newton, or 15 Newton meters. All right, need a longer socket because of that. All right, so let's tighten this here. 15 Newton meters. That's it. Okay, so like I was saying, there's that wee part there, and that will will locate into your where your shift drum is. Okay, so you can see here there's a wee gap there in the shift drum. You know, as that rotates, you know, each time you operate your shift lever. This is the shift shaft, and as this here goes to a different position, you know, that at the moment is in neutral, because I can turn the output shaft there. If I was to really like doing it, because you know there's no casing on here to support that, but if I was to, I'll just do this very gently, but if I was to turn that, there's first gear. Okay, you see the way that turned? So get it? So you've got this kind of this insert here where that brass thing rides around on your on the inside of your casing there. That wee ball there, and that goes round there all the, you know, each time that you know is rotated. Now it's not making any contact there, but when it gets to this part in when the bike's in neutral, obviously it's going to make contact because there's metal, and then that's what lets you read that you're in neutral. So I'll just be very gentle here. That's us back to neutral. As you can see, look, I can turn that. All right. So the other wee thing is, you need to be careful, is that wee sort of spacer, that wee thin washer goes on there. And just like with the clutch cover, when I was putting on, you want to put some silicone, just where this has you know, joined. You know, the two halves of the casing has joined. Wee bit of silicone there and there, and we get the gasket on. All right, so let's just get a wee bit of silicone on here. Just a wee bit there. All right, and a wee bit there. I'm not gonna go too mad with it, like, you know. And also, where's this new gasket? Right, there it is. There it is. Let's get this gasket on. So before we put the gasket on, let me see. There's two wee dials to go in. There they are. There. One goes in down there. Okay. And then there's another one there. All right. And where are we now? Is it that way there? Yeah, we can put that on there like that, and that on there like that. All right. So there it is. I'm going to stick a wee tiny bit of masking tape just around there, those splines. Just don't want anything to mark my new seals. And I'm going to put a wee drop of oil there. All right, and a bit on there. Just on that. You know, there's no way I want my new seals getting, I'll put a wee bit in there and there. Just rub that round that and there. Definitely that wee thing's on. Okay. And the dials are in. So I can just offer that into that. Just put that on there like that. Perfect. Just line it up with those two dials. And we're on. That's it. All right, now there's a couple of these screws. Once again has blue thread lock, so we'll not worry about those ones just at the minute, but let's get some of them in anyway. Okay, so I've put the others in. The ones that need Loctite on is that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, so we'll just put a wee bit of blue thread lock on that one and the others as well, and then tighten them all up to 9.8 Newton meters. Okay, so let's do this. 9.8. All right. The other thing is here we've got is a case guard here, and it goes on also in there. 3 little screws. Now they're not Loctited, you know. 3V screws go in there like that. Where are we? And they're just tightened up to 9.8 Newton meters. So I can just do that with the torque wrench now that I'm here. All right. Okay, and the last thing I want to do today is I'm not let me see. I'm going to put this front sprocket on. I like this one. It's a Renthal ultralight sprocket. Now, obviously, I'll not be able to torque it up or anything, but nothing to stop me from getting it fitted. That's the way it goes, you know, with that section of it out and the flat section in. Okay, so just line it up. I've got a brand new tab washer here, which obviously I'll not be able to bend over or anything, because I'll not be able to torque that up until I get the you know, the engine in and get the chain on, and I can put the nut on. Now that's only just on, and then I'll remember to take that bit of masking tape off. So that's that on. That little seal there, that's where your push rod goes through to push out your clutch. The wire goes on there for your neutral switch, oil pressure gauge and all, or oil pressure switch down there, shift shaft, everything. So there it is. There it is, lads. That's it. Nothing to stop me from putting, if I wanted to, I can put the the water pump in there. I could also put the alternator in there, the starter motor in there. But again, I might do it, but it's sort of just adding more weight onto it. But I might do it anyway, just to sort of get it in, get it out of the road, and then next thing is I'll be able to proceed on with the cylinder head and everything. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, thank you, lads.